All right, let's see what we can do within the next 15 minutes because I'm not about to be up here too late. I got to be at work in the next 5 hours. I have to be at like leaving for work within the next 5 hours. I have not been asleep yet since last night. So let's do it. Let's do it quickly. I'm already starting off slow. Today is August the 5th, 2026. This is part 2 of the story. So look, man, it's the beginning of 2012. I'm working at Sterilite, this crazy plant, man. I've never in my life have been introduced to something as crazy as Sterilite. And I worked at a place that was hard work. I worked at Gregory Galvanizing before I worked here, and that was a harder job. I got my teeth knocked out. I promise you, it was a harder job. People died there like crazy. But this place right here was insane when it comes to, if you know, you know. Sterilite in Massillon, look it up. I'm telling you, I don't even need to know, but I know they had a crazy turnover rate. I know it was out the roof. Yelp review, if they have one, it's crazy. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm working at Sterilite. I'm still going to Stark State, and I'm still living on Rolling. And I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence on if I should leave school because I'm doing too much at this time, going to work for 12 hours. At this time, I had 12-hour shifts a day. It was hard to do. And go to school to a place that where I know they was just taking my money, man. Because I'm not even doing any of the stuff that's for computer programming. But what I have around this time, working at Sterilite and putting together this business plan, which is Sterilite is where I came up with the Vent and Visit idea anyway. Let's just put that out there. The Vent and Visit idea came from me sitting at work one day, talking to somebody about how long it took for them to get to work and go home. Now, we work 12 hours a day, but these people was spending an extra 5 hours a day, 2.5 hours to get there, 2.5 hours to get home on the bus. I'm like, man, there's some money to be made in there. If I can get a big enough van or something like that, I can take them back. I can take them home. They just give me that money. Let's go ahead and cut that. It's over with. Yep. So I'm gonna grab it. Maybe it'll look like I'm holding it in my hand, and I'll just hold it right there for the remainder of this video because I'm done with that. It did not take too long, but it took long enough. I had to take a visit to the underworld and underwrite to evaluate what's the best thing, you know. What should I be doing right now? What should I be doing? And am I wasting too much time? And right now I feel like I am with the story mode. And it's cool because I enjoy it. That's the problem. I'm enjoying it too much. The editing. Look, this is taking me too long. This is part 2. This is part 2. I'm getting it all into the editing. But look at this. Look at this. I started the first story back in July. July 7th is when I first started this, right? July 7th. It is August 18th. And I'm only on story 2. I'm only on part 2 of the story, right? But here's the thing. It doesn't matter anymore. Story mode, I just need to go ahead and get it complete. So what I put out is what it will have to be. Go ahead and get it out there, right? Get it out there. So that way I can get these missions going, man. I had to take some time. It took me about 15 minutes, to be honest. And I had to sit with myself and ask myself, what's the best thing or the next best steps? Am I making the best moves right now? Am I? And to be honest, I wasn't. I was spending too much time on the story mode. I had actually a deal come across my lap within this past 2 months. It's August 18th. some time ago, inside my photos, I recorded myself pitching to a seller. And this is just things that I've been doing. Parades and life still goes on, is what I'm trying to say. So I cannot be wasting my time trying to become a perfectionist at editing and creating the story mode the best way possible the first run. No, I can come back to this in a year from now, 2 years from now. The story mode will stay the same, but the editing will get better whenever I have someone that I trust to edit the story better than I could. Maybe they will not edit it better than I could, but they have the time to do a better job than I just don't have the time. Find somebody who can at least get it. It's 80% of what I want, but they'll get it done a lot quicker. I just got to get the cash flow coming in. I got to get multiplayer done, and I have to get some missions done, so that way I can start bringing in some cash flow, so that way I can do this thing the right way. So let's see if I can find that pitch. That's the parade. See if I can find that pitch. A friend of mine, he reached out to me through text. He said, man, you got to give me a call. I want to talk to you about something. I'm like, yeah, what's going on? Well, he has someone that is selling a house. I'm not going to go into too much details about the reason why, because it's sensitive and it's still current as of right now. And I had the opportunity to buy it. Well, right now he's not in enough pain to sell it to me right now, so I'll go ahead and then I'll let him I'll let the market decide on if he's making the best decision to put it on the MLS or not. And then if he later on comes back my way, then that would be a good first mission that I can put on the story, or not the story, but in the mission. So that way I can start making some money and showing how it's done, so that way I can bring in some partners in multiplayer. But if I'm spending too much time on this story, all that's going to do is just slow things up. So I'm going to go ahead and do the story mode differently. I'm not going to spend so much time on it. The thing is, with this story, it's not that I spend too much time editing. I'm going to cut that back. Go ahead and cut that part out right there. Yeah, cut that out. I got to get used to requesting that my editors cut pieces out. So I got to tell them who my editor going to be. What's his name going to be? I'm going to name him Editor Joe. Yeah. Hey, yo, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie. Go ahead and cut that last 30 seconds out. Last 40 seconds out. All right, anyway. So what my new plan is to go ahead and just put out the timeline a lot quicker, and do not focus on being so detailed about each piece of my life. Just go ahead and push it out there, and I can come back to that and give the longer version at a later time. That's the plan. I'm going to go ahead and just let things go for story part 2 will just end like this. Story part 3, I'll pick up maybe at the bus stop. But at the end of the day, I will not be explaining too much of what I explained last time. I just need to get this going. So I'll be back in part 3 with a lot more speed and a lot more information all in one video, just so that way I can get this going. I'm not going to keep explaining it. Peace.